Hey, everybody, welcome to New World Pictures podcast commentary on the death of the Incredible Hulk. I'm Ryan. With me, as always, is Mark
Very excited to be here and talk about this movie again with everyone.
and Erica.
Mark, we talked about this in 2023. I miss it. Let's talk. Let's talk about it again.
Let's get into it. We're talking about Canada here. We're in Vancouver. That's where they shot this movie, and they also shot Trial of the Incredible Hulk. This is the third of three TV movies, the reunion movies, they called them, that New World did because they owned Marvel at the time, and they decided to kickstart the old TV show and do some reunion movies, usually trying to take a character from Marvel Comics and do a sort of backdoor pilot to it. That's not the case for this one. This one's just David Banner and the Hulk and and a woman he meets. Lance Rubin, a composer of the previous Hulk movies, he also was a composer on Sledgehammer there. And here we are in a laboratory. This was written by Gerald DePego, who also wrote Trial of the Incredible Hulk, and he also wrote Sharky's Machine. And here is Bill Bixby, who is producing and directing and
And cleaning.
cleaning, doing it all in this movie.
He is diligent about cleaning. More importantly, I mean, maybe it should be cleaning and directing and producing.
Right. Cleaning comes first for Bill Bixby. He actually was very proud of this movie. He actually called it the best thing he had ever directed. And he told the Winnipeg Sun, he said, it was a lot of work. I don't think I'd want to take on that kind of pressure again for a long time. But thanks to all the people who worked so hard in this film, and that includes the actors, the crew, the writers, everyone, I feel we have something we can all be proud of.
And this guy should be really proud of his toupee.
Oh man.
That's Philip Sterling, who plays Dr. Pratt. One of the American actors brought up for this movie. When they shot it in from
Is he giving
October.
him a spam masubi in his pocket?
Some carrot cake, some very tightly packed carrot cake. You know the frosting on that's going to come off, and
Oh,
it's
it's
going
gonna
to
be
totally stuck.
You'll
ruined.
never
Yeah,
get that off
no,
the saran
you'll
wrap
lick
ever.
that cellophane, but it won't be the same.
Mm-mm.
They shot this October 30th to December 3rd, 1989, in Vancouver. This is the whole thing where they set up his thermos, which he keeps forgetting because this is this is simple David, if you will, to make a reference. That
Do you think he could never come up with another name other than David?
right, and he always has to have something close to Banner. It's like he
Right.
really can never. He has to have an alias that's very close. I would think it'd become even harder because he does so many aliases that are so close to his actual name. It's got to be hard to remember what exactly it is. Anyway, if you are listening to this, you're probably watching the version that is on the Internet Archive. Right now, this movie is the property, I think, of Disney. So it's there is a DVD out there, but it's out of print. You can get it. I have it, but otherwise, it's the Internet Archive. David Banner is about to go into the bank, and in the bank, he's going to meet a teller. The teller is played by Carla Ferrigno, Lou Ferrigno's
Oh.
wife. Carla says in the book from Patrick Jankowitz, "You Wouldn't Like Me When I'm Angry," which is about an Incredible Hulk companion. She said it was fun to do that little scene with Bill. I did plays and commercials. I was the Delta Dental girl and guest starred on the TV show Superforce, so it was fun to appear in the Hulk's final TV movie. Whereas Lou Ferrigno says, my wife Carla plays a bank teller. On screen, she's 7 months pregnant with our son Brent.
Hmm.
Oh.
I was delighted to see her in a scene with Bill Bixby. It was like watching the whole family of the Hulk.
Should I know the Delta Dental girl like off the top of my head? Was that like the flow of the 1990s and I should just know who that is?
I feel like it was a flow of a very brief period of either 1988 or 89. So, I don't remember that either, but But hey, good for her. I hope it is a campaign we just simply don't remember and it was amazing.
This is when thieves had a style and a panache
That's
to
right.
them.
That's
Hmm.
right. And they were played by people that, like young kids who didn't look like they were up to much trouble, but who knew those hats would come back?
Yeah.
Um, Speaking of this being the end, we'll talk about this many times about whether or not this was indeed the final, but the death of the Incredible Hulk seems like a final title, right?
Hmm.
To which Bixby said the network said to me, "Isn't death very final?" He told this to the Province, a Canadian newspaper, and he said, "Well, death is the end of something, but is also the beginning of something else."
Mm,
Trying to be
mm.
cryptic.
Some religious undertones there.
Maybe, or maybe he's hinting to what we'll talk about a little bit later on.
I'm going to stick with my assumption there. I think I've got this one right.
Yeah. Um,
Oh, contacts.
I love that David has gone so deep into character that he actually follows this guy into the alley to begin with. Like, why? Why would you follow
Yeah.
him? Like, you still are David Banner. This other David that you're playing, the simple David, like, he might follow this guy into an alley, but you yourself could say, "Well, I'm
Hmm.
not going to follow him down an alley. Best of luck."
Yeah.
But I don't know. Um, Barbara Tarbuck, who played Mrs. Pratt in this movie, she actually remembers this scene being shot, and she says in the Hulk Companion, she said, "I remember one day on Death of the Incredible Hulk, the Hulk had to bust through several walls, three in a row, because of all the plaster and props involved. It was an expensive scene, and they could only do it once." So, which is what he's about to do in just a second.
I'm just going
There's
to
wall
say,
one,
I'm just going to say though,
wall
drywall's
two,
drywall's not expensive.
Right, right.
So
wall
I
three.
I love this look back and the flex here. Um,
sort of similar to Ferris Bueller running through the house as he's trying to get home, right?
sure. Ferrigno had actually gained 25 pounds of muscle to play the Hulk in this movie.
Wow.
He really took it seriously that he when he was playing the Hulk.
Yeah. And that's commitment. I gained 25 pounds to do this podcast.
Right, right.
So,
I gained 25 pounds just to do this episode. I'd like to say it was of muscle, but look, the point is I've gained the weight. That's what's important.
the point is gains.
I don't know that a wig counts as muscle.
It's the heaviest wig I own, Mark.
The heavier the wig, the more realistic.
Question mark?
This is what I like to call and we called in our episode, the Goodwill Hunting episode, or a scene. This is when he goes in to the lab and decides to write some things up, or at least I'd like to think that's where Ben Affleck and Matt Damon found their inspiration
Yeah,
for their
let's hope.
movie. I think it was right here in this scene.
They were just watching this on a Friday night and they're like, "Hey, I got an idea for a movie."
Yeah.
For having a lot of security, they have really bad security.
Hmm.
Yeah. 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 There's also interesting computer technology because, as we'll see later,
That looks like a blackboard, Ryan, but sure. I guess that's how computers work according to you.
I was talking about the computer he's on before he did to bring this down, but as we'll see later, he kind of talks to the
It's just
computer. Very
computerized
strange.
shape privacy technology.
Yeah, it's a computer can bring down, could is that even was that possible back then, Mark, that you could just like press a button and bring down
Bring down a what?
a wall, I guess, a barrier?
Oh, yeah, you could. Sure. I don't know what the all the extra clickety clackety typing was for. You could pretty much just click on the open wall and it would open. I mean, we had servos and such back then to do that kind of work.
I like to think that he's just typing in boobs. Like, you know, on a calculator when you can type like
Wait, hold on. Boobies.
Yeah,
he's just like boobs, 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 boobs.
that's when you went next level, when you could write in boobies. The reason that New World is making this is because they bought New World, but this, or they, sorry, they bought Marvel. But this is really the first and only Incredible Hulk movie that Marvel would make after
Yes, racquetball.
Oh,
Ron Perlman would purchase not only Marvel but also New World Pictures from the second ownership group. Racquetball.
That's me at the gym. I'm just the creep on the bike watching other people do way more strenuous workouts.
I never, in my years of playing racquetball, I never thought of also putting on a pore strip on my nose when I played, but that's a good thought.
Good call.
Multitasking.
Yeah. There's racquetball also in The Incredible Hulk Returns. Was it in Trial as well? I feel I'm trying to think back, but
Mm.
I want it to be three for three. But still, that's a lot of
I don't re
racquetball
Yeah, there
for a three
is.
movie series.
More like Smoochie Ball.
Never ever smooched on a racquetball court. There, but I'm sure there's people right outside going, "Hey, it's our time."
Yeah. We had this at 2. It's 2:05.
You played over.
Be sure
I
you
also
wipe down those paddles. I saw you kissing.
This is Elizabeth Grayson playing what looks to be, if you see it on paper, Jasmine, but it's pronounced Yasmin, I guess. She was Miss America 1982 turned actress,
Hmm.
we had a
who
real opportunity to cast Yasmin Bleeth in this role and have
Mm.
have the
get a
same name.
double, get a
That's
double,
right.
but
Mm.
what a miss.
What a mess. Yeah, she would go on to be much more famous for being in the Highlander TV series. And she also, shortly after winning Miss America, she had a one night stand with former President Bill Clinton when he was
Hmm.
governor of Arkansas, which is where
Hmm.
she originates from. She was Miss Arkansas before she was Miss America. Um, Back to that scene, the tape recorder. I still don't understand how that tape recorder was able to stay in her back that entire time she was playing racquetball. I still don't understand how that worked.
Also, how is that tape even usable after back sweat has covered it?
I don't know. I don't know. Also, pretty loud. Racquetball's loud. It's echoey. Whatever.
Hmm.
I hope you got. I hope it was all you needed was from that conversation you had. A lot of naked backs for Elizabeth Grayson in this. A couple years after this, she would do a spread in Playboy, I
Put
believe.
it on while I'm in the shower. Just let me step out, bro. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Can't
geez.
shower with my robe on.
This is our introduction here to Kasha.
That robe is made out of the same material that was used to make sham wows, so she's completely dry by
So
now.
dry. So dry. Well, not her hair, but Kasha here is played by Andreas Katsulas, who I know a lot of people will know from Babylon 5, maybe even
Oh.
Star Trek: The Next Generation, but I always think of The Fugitive. He plays the
Hmm.
one-armed man in the Fugitive movie with Harrison Ford. I like that he's just playing some sort of generic European accent. It's like
Hmm.
we don't even know. We're like, it's good enough. We're
Hmm.
not sure where that's from, but it's acceptable. The book, I don't know if it's from maybe a script, but the Incredible Hulk companion often says that they thought Yasmin was supposed to maybe be a She-Hulk. New World does attempt to do a She-Hulk.
Mm.
They do it after the next failed Incredible Hulk movie. They do attempt to do a She-Hulk movie, and for which they cast Mitzi Capture
Mm.
of Angel
Oh,
3, the final
yeah.
chapter. And she even gets to work with Bill Bixby for a couple days.
Oh, wow.
before they end up just scrapping the whole project and not moving forward with it. But I think this one seems, especially from the European accents of Kasha here and her I have served and having done all the spy work, like to me this seems like she's trying to be the Black Widow. That seems to be the
Mm.
Marvel character that she's
I was
attempting
going
to
to
be.
say the
But
same thing. That's a
I knew
good
you
call,
knew it,
Ryan.
Mark.
Yeah. This man's got a toupee on. This guy does not.
This building, that's the building where they shoot the lab. I tried desperately to find what building that really is, and I could not figure it out. So my apologies,
Just
everyone.
part of your summer vacation planning.
But
Mhm.
yeah, that's where I
We
wanted.
won't stop vacationing until we find
Nope.
the
We're
location of
gonna
that
vacation
building.
all over Vancouver until we find it. Also, the other guy in this that we just saw who threw her down on the bed, I think that was Canadian actor John Novak. He plays Zed. He was also in Trial. He's one of the punks. There he is in his mustache. He's one of
Mhm.
the punks on the subway
Oh.
when Banner turns into the Hulk there. Oh my gosh. Worthy
Yes.
nominees, the Pratts here,
Hmm.
played by Barbara Tarbuck and Philip Sterling. This scene is unbelievable. This drawing of him,
Oh, she draws him on the horse.
unbelievable.
Ryan, don't you think it would be appropriate if you just drew me on the back of a hawk, like a street hawk,
A hundred
just
percent.
flying through the
But you
streets?
have to get onto
Yep.
this
But
bike.
but why? But while on an elliptical.
Right. Exactly.
Forget it.
Barbara Tarbuck had actually been cast in an episode of the Incredible Hulk TV series. She told the Incredible Hulk companion, she said she was cast to guest star as a nurse on an episode called Mystery Man, but she never shot it. She the night before she went to her boyfriend's apartment, who she eventually marries, and they called her apartment and told her that they were going to shoot earlier, but she never got that message because she was at her boyfriend's.
Mm,
So they
Oh,
shot it without her, though.
those were the glory days when you could just get out of calls because
yeah.
I wasn't
I wasn't
home.
there. And
Yeah.
everybody was like, I totally get it. That makes total I get that, you know? Not like when people try to do today where they're like, "Oh, I just got your text." You're like, "No, you didn't. You got it days ago."
Yeah,
You
You're
I
saw
just
it
saw that you read
immediately.
it.
You saw it
you're just
immediately.
responding now, which is totally fine. I do the same. I do that all the time. I always forget to write back. I mean, it happens, but anyway.
Oh no, I go through a shame spiral. Do I open the text? Do I not? I know I saw it in the preview on my screen, but if I don't open it, then it won't show as read, so I
That's
can
right.
hold on this one for a little
That's right.
while.
That's right. Don't open it right away.
Dear friends and family that are listening to this episode, I don't do that at all.
As Barbara said that she thought that her career was over because she missed that episode of The Incredible Hulk. But apparently Bill Bixby just laughed and he told her that we'll work again somewhere down the road. And then they did because she was cast here in this role, Death of the Incredible Hulk, a role that was really just supposed to be the supportive wife. And apparently she said that Bixby helped
Boobs,
expand.
boobs, boobs as DNA, boobs as DNA.
Here's where he's talking to the computer.
Hmm.
Apparently, Bixby expanded her role, is what I wanted to say. But yeah, here him saying, "Who are you?" Like it talking to him.
Hmm.
Was that possible back then, Mark? I don't recall this being the case at all.
I don't recall. I really don't. This is I mean 1990. I just didn't know enough about computers.
Yeah, at this point, you and I we had a PC at home with a monochrome screen that ran on MS-DOS. So
Yeah. Yeah.
definitely, this all feels. I mean, could have been possible, but we could never have done it.
Mm,
Ah,
mm,
into Clerb.
mm, 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 mm.
The Queen of the Wig, Elizabeth Grayson, she was actually, like I said, she was a Miss America that had turned an actress, but the network, that is to say NBC, was not sold on her.
That she'd become an actress or that she won Miss America.
I think I think the latter, but possibly the former. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
But they apparently,
You know you're at a pretty hot club when a guy like that is in there.
Yeah.
That's when you know you've gone to the right place.
Also, one of the most believable things ever is that he's just like, yeah, I'll be right back. And he's like, okay. And he's like, holy shit, how did I do this? It's like, you didn't do this, dude. But only a guy would, you know? A guy would believe, like, oh my gosh, this is my lucky day. Anyway, Elizabeth Grayson, Bixby explains that the network told him, they said, don't we need an actress for this role? Because she had only been a model. And Bixby goes
Ooh,
on to say,
burn.
I was so bowled over by her screen test and her natural talent. I said, what she doesn't know, she can learn on the set. Actually, there wasn't that much to teach her. She turned out to be a natural.
Bowled over or bonered over.
I'm going to get her naked back a lot on screen, though, which is pretty racy for a TV movie, you know, especially one that, you know, kids are going to watch because
Yeah.
there's a Hulk on it. But she gets to play a lot of different kind of characters. So this certainly was some showcase for her. Does a lot of wig work in this.
Hmm.
Goes to show you just a little bit of change of clothes can really do a lot of difference.
Oh yeah. Easy. Easy to trick a dude. All you gotta do is just change clothes, take off your wig. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly wasn't looking at her face.
Nope.
Some great walla in this scene. Just the background noise just feels not at all like what the situation that we're looking at, but we're back in the lab where David Banner's going to learn that hey, they have security cameras here, dude. You didn't really think of that? Aren't you a doctor? Aren't you very smart? I mean,
I mean,
this is a world where computers can hear you. You respond vocally to computers. Like, I don't know. You didn't think there was cameras? Philip Sterling here. He was an actor. He did tons of TV. He had been a longtime TV actor.
Boobs. 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 He's so quiet on the
He had
stairs.
just done a bunch of TV movies prior to doing this movie, including just recently he had done Perry Mason, The Case of the Musical Murder. So he was getting doing a lot of work, particularly in TV movies at that time,
he was early on the Stanley Thermos trend.
Hmm.
and for getting it everywhere. But he also, Philip Sterling, he also was in the TV movie that we watched, the 1978 version of Doctor Strange.
Oh
Oh.
yeah.
And he was also in 1979's Meteor, which we also discussed on this podcast because Meteor used some footage from New World's Avalanche. And we did that as a nearly new world. And we
Yep.
spoke to RJ Kaiser about it. And remember, he told us that that was they ended up making Hambone and Hilly so
Hmm.
they could pay back Sean Connery for Meteor. A bunch of movies, Hambone and Hilly being one of them. That was Sandy Howard that made a bunch of movies to pay back Sean Connery for that movie.
I like that even if he's working late and just sort of like trying to figure out what's going on, he's going to keep that bow tie on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Always, it's
and the
never
vest.
it's never corporate casual in Dr.
Never.
Pratt's
Mm-mm,
world.
Mm-mm.
mm-mm. He unbuttons the vest, but that's all he's gonna do.
Yeah, that's as casual as it gets.
Mm, like a teenage boy.
Ah,
Now, I just want to like let's say someone's been using your office. And you're
Hmm.
gonna I don't know if you're the same way, but if someone even moved a pencil in my office, I'd be like, wait a minute, was someone sitting here? But then
Mhm.
imagine that that person comes in when you say, "Hey, man, I think you've been," or "Hey, you person, have been using my office," and they go like, "Well, here's the thing. I was like experimenting with radiation on myself, and I turned myself into a mutant." At what point would you be like, I just want you to stop using my office. Like, we don't, like, you don't have to make up such a fucking crazy story. Like, just don't go into my office anymore. Could we agree on that?
Just stay out.
What did you really do in here, man? Come on, just be
Yeah.
honest.
Now I was annoyed, but now I'm worried.
Yeah. When you say experiment on myself, what do you mean by that, man? I need you to go in a little more detail. Man, woman,
Or woman,
colleague,
yeah.
if you will.
Person, colleague, associate.
After this movie, Philip Sterling would go on to the TV show Sisters for fans of that show.
I don't remember that one.
And he would play Grandpa Pfeiffer in an episode of The Wonder Years for New World Television.
Hmm.
Yeah, going back to the fact that he does not come up with a very good name. In fact, name's too similar to David Banner. Just mentioning David Banner. Now, granted, Dr. Pratt is also in the medical or the scientific field, but if the name has that kind of recognition, doesn't it make even more sense to do something slightly different?
Yeah, you'd think.
Yeah.
I think after this one, if they had made a sequel, it would have been David Boober.
He's a genius, but he's completely terrible at making up aliases.
Just wears like
Well,
boob. He wears like boob shirts. He's like, they're like, man, he really is a boober. Look at this guy. He's into it.
He's wearing the FBI, but it's the female body inspector ones
no.
that used to be
Yep.
really popular.
Yep. David Boober. That's a boober shirt. All
David.
right.
He, has got all those stupid shirts, like the Po Buddies Nerfect shirts.
That's what he wears every day.
Nobody's
Ah, this is a great montage when he's hanging out with the Pratts
hmm
and just
Love
Oh,
it.
just sitting
just
around
eating
eating ice
cake.
cream, eating cake,
Oh.
just having a
What was
laugh.
Pratt talking about there? Is he driving? And we're back in the lab. As I said, this was the first movie that Ron Perlman, after he bought New World, this is one of the first Marvel movies that he makes. But he had bought Marvel, and
You mean the guy from Beauty and the Beast?
you say that every time, Mark. Ron, no, it's yes. I wish it was Christine. He was like,
Was that
let's
the
make a Beauty and the
underground
Beast
one where
movie.
he lived in the sewer?
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast show. Yeah.
I saw that.
New World bought Marvel in 1986, and they were using it thinking that it was going to be a big idea factory. That's what Harry Sloan, one of the owners at the time, before famous actor Ron Perlman decided to buy New World. He
They should
said,
have some cake nearby though for the scene just to calm him down.
"This right
If and when he does turn into Hulk.
post hulking."
Oh, Hulk. Incredible Hulk.
Harry Sloan said, "The opportunity to exploit those ideas with New World's existing motion picture and theatrical operations is very exciting. These characters are well known among the youth of the world,"
Hmm.
says a very out of touch person.
Youth of the world love
Youth of the
Incredible Hulk.
world, they love Marvel properties, which we have purchased. They don't do a lot with Marvel. They made a couple of the Incredible Hulk movies. They did make The Punisher. They took Sledgehammer and they made it into a comic book and they published that through Marvel Comics. They were able to advertise their movies in Marvel Comics. The reels,
God bless us, everyone. Please, please, sir, can I have some cake? Please.
the real scientific breakthrough, of course, is a force field, but we never
Hmm.
deal with that.
Nope.
The Pratts have come up with a force field.
Yeah,
It's able to contain the
seems
Hulk.
yeah, Seems like now that's something worth exploring.
Much like in The Incredible Hulk Returns, he has set himself up in another perfect scenario for himself to finally solve the situation. But
I love how long it takes them to become worried. They should immediately be worried about this transformation.
Instead, they move closer.
Yeah. Lady Pratt, get that camera ready. What are you doing?
film this. She's just so amazed. Can't help herself. I'm always curious too, when they put this thing on his back to like knock him out, like how does it pierce his skin when he's the Hulk? There's some Hulk things about this that don't
Hmm.
quite, you know. I don't know how it penetrates his
Well, I
skin,
mean, he
but
tears through pants, but the tape on that thing on his shoulder holds
stays.
tight.
Yeah, holds
Yeah.
tight. Well, that's some really cool. They made tape a lot better back then, Mark,
It's the
than they
same
did.
tape that she used on her back when she was playing racquetball to keep that
Oh,
tape,
oh, right, right,
That's right.
right.
that
She
Yeah,
tape
double-sided
recorder.
it too.
yeah.
Just
Hmm.
just double-sided it on her back and then
Hmm.
against the tape recorder. That's all she had to do.
Isn't that tape that like Billy Mays sells that you can put on a boat and it'll keep you
Hmm.
afloat?
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's right.
yeah.
You could run it on a leaky pipe.
Mm-hmm.
Just solves it right there. Marvel continued on with the next ownership group at New World, and they created a lot more cartoons, such as the Spider-Man animated series,
I've seen it.
the RoboCop animated series, which actually
I've
was
seen
made
it.
through New World Animation slash Marvel Films.
He's just thinking, man, the
He's
Hulk version of me needs some Crest white strips.
they don't even have those back then. I love those. There's something so comforting about those cuts to commercial. Just feels
Hmm.
like, ah,
Yeah.
yeah, perfect place to pause or
You
get
know
up
what
and
this conference room needs? A stuffed bird. A taxidermied bird, I'm telling you. No one's going to take our science serious unless we get a taxidermy bird in here. I love how this guy makes his point by having that like triangle hand.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm making an important point.
Authority. I
Hmm.
am demonstrating that I am owning the room with the words I say.
Yeah.
you're not going to intimidate me, not with these hands.
Hmm.
This, by the way, aired February 18th, Mark, your birthday, 1990,
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
what a gift.
on
Wow.
NBC. This is your gift for the year.
Hmm. I don't think I watched that on my birthday. I'm pretty confident.
Yeah, I don't think you did either. I don't think I did. And it ran against some pretty tight competition. The first installment of ABC's The Kennedys of Massachusetts
Mm.
Mm.
aired, and
The Kennedys of Massachusetts. So specific because people are gonna be like, the Kennedys. You mean the ones from Sri Lanka? No,
right.
no, no. No,
Which
no,
ones are you
no.
talking about?
Damn it. We've got to change the title, everyone.
The Kennedys. Which Kennedys? There's so many. It also went up against a theatrical viewing of The Color Purple,
Mm.
Oh,
which
wow.
which
That's stiff competition.
yeah. And both of those did better than The Death of the Incredible Hulk. The Color Purple ends up actually in 18th for the week in the Nielsen ratings. The Kennedys of Massachusetts ties for 20th with Full House on ABC.
Wow.
And Death of the Incredible Hulk is a three-way tie for
Oh, this
24th.
scene is also fantastic. This character.
It ties The Simpsons and Night Court Death of the Incredible Hulk, which still though the 24th, it's 24th is not bad for the week, for I know it did worse than them showing The Color Purple on TV, but that was a free rental for a lot of families.
Hmm.
You didn't have to go rent it. You could watch it on TV now. Also, an incredible wig that she gets in for
Oh,
this character.
fantastic.
What's important, and I think I did notice probably the first time I watched it is that's the female security guard, but you don't really realize that
Hmm.
because she's out of uniform. So of
Hmm.
course that's why she's taking her uniform so she can dress up like her later. But we'll see her again, and she'll get knocked out, but we won't recognize her again then either because she'll look very different in those
Hmm.
clothes.
Everybody's changing their look.
No one wants to keep the same look. It's the late 80s. Come on.
Death of the Incredible Look. Sorry, Death of the Incredible Lock.
So, what do you think this chair is used for other than how they're using it? Like
I
they,
don't. Yeah.
because it's not like they created this just for what they're about to use it for. It must have been used for something else also.
Hmm. It's a science chair. I mean, it might be multi-purpose,
Do you
as
think they
science
might do
chairs
some
are.
like light dentistry in there? It's
Yeah,
part of
maybe.
their dental plan.
I like when it comes to this kind of course, we're setting up this story that will come back later where he was nicknamed Stinky in high school, which is probably one of my favorite
Oh.
moments of the
Yeah.
whole thing. Just incredible. But this
They
for
have
this
become fast friends. I
Hmm.
they really
mean,
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
very
really.
quickly.
Yeah. Well, the
Someone
Pratts are
sneaks
probably
into your
swingers, so they really know how to charm people, get them to do what they want. Because I got him in those tidy whities
Yeah,
strapped up
uh-huh.
into that force
Uh-huh.
field
Mhm.
so easily. Just a little
Mhm.
bit of cake and a game of chess. Ooh,
Yeah.
Pratts, you charmers.
Keep talking about pineapples and the
Hmm.
lifestyle.
Hmm. They just had that helmet available.
Well, that's
That's
what
what it
Dr.
is.
That's
That's
when
what
the
the
Pratts
chair
go
is.
LARPing on the weekends.
That's what the chair is. The Pratts brought it from home. It's their swinger's chair.
He's wearing a cardigan for this, so he's kind of going business cash here. This is
Hmm.
probably the closest he gets.
hmm
I hope you'll be monitoring. There's no one
Yeah.
else
What are you
around.
gonna do?
Who
Take a
else?
break right
Yeah, I'm gonna just press a button and go get a coffee. So
now?
best of luck. I hope it works out. Is that a mixer?
I think it's just a box of switches.
Again, doesn't recognize her. Using his fingerprint.
Wow. Took command of that situation. A little
That's right.
chloroform in the
Hmm.
mask. Way to do it.
Where did she get that wig? She had to get a wig just like this lady's hair. Nope. Don't touch that button.
I mean, the way she reacted is the way I felt like after the second time that the key card to my hotel room fails.
So they did intend, of course, to do another movie. The other movie was going to be called Rebirth of the Incredible Hulk or Revenge of the Incredible Hulk. It's been called both. But of course, in the press, they all had to kind of make it seem like, oh, yeah, this is it. No
Mm.
more after this. Um, this is the end.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting fully sucked in again.
It's hard not
I
to. It's
am just,
hard not to.
oh,
Oop, that
what the?
you're
Oh, he goes backwards for such a long time before he falls.
how did that light on fire? I don't know, but chemicals, I guess.
I, yeah, it's hard to say, Ryan. It's really hard to say.
Hulk not like alarms.
Also, when I go to grab someone, the first thing I do is grab the top of their head. I want to make sure that their hair is real.
You never trust someone's
I
hair.
never trust.
Not until you
As a
give it a little
man
tug.
without hair, I don't trust anyone else's.
Nor should you.
Gripper reveal.
Oh, he doesn't have the shoes on. Could have a
Nope.
real Die Hard situation here, walking
Mm-hmm.
around with all that broken glass.
Mm-hmm.
This was rare at the time for Bill Bixby to even do a an acting role. He wasn't kind of doing much acting anymore. He was really directing for television at this point. In fact, he had directed several episodes of Sledgehammer for New World
Hmm.
and did a lot of pilots. One of the last shows he works on is Blossom.
Mm.
He got a start, in Courtship of Eddie's Father being one of the bigger shows that people knew him for. Not a start, but that was one of his more popular shows. And then, of course, The Incredible Hulk, and done a lot of TV, but really had become more of a director, and that was really more what he was doing at the end of this career at this point in time.
Courtship of Eddie's father, Brandon Cruz, the boy on that show, ended up becoming the first lead singer of Dr. No.
Hey, how about that?
Mm.
He had also fallen in love with Canada before they shot, I think, Trial of the Incredible Hulk. After Incredible Hulk Returns, he shot a TV show called Murphy's Law in Canada, and that's when he fell in love with Canada. Murphy's Law,
That's a good one. Murphy's Law.
New World Television,
Oh,
George
really?
George Segal show.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys are gonna love it. You're gonna love Murphy's Law.
So
Uh, he,
once
he
once again, we're shown that the Incredible Hulk can take a fall.
Mm-hmm. I love how he rips this chain link fence.
Again, all that high-tech security
Mm-hmm.
behind a chain link fence.
Mm-hmm.
when Bixby
Boobs.
he said he
Boobs. Boop boops. Boop boops. I'm sorry, it looks like your heart rate is boop boops. Boop
they say
boop.
laughter is the best medicine. Is it working? We've had some in the nurses come by and just whisper boobs into his ear. We know he would find that funny. This
Boobs. The right word is boobs.
this might be a little bit of the extra scene that they added for Mrs. Pratt here so that she could have more to do. This
Oh,
part where she has to rub his
Yes.
back.
Yes. Swingers.
Amazing.
They are swingers. They have to be.
Yeah. How come she doesn't have her drawing pad? This is the perfect time. He's still. She could draw him as a knight doing something else.
That's their safe word. That's their safe sentence. When it gets a little too rough, she's like, "Will you rub my back?" And he's like,
He's like,
"You're
oh,
right, hon.
all right, all right. I'll
I've
take a
crossed
second
the
now. Come in here. Please sit. Boobs.
line."
Again, not understanding that security cameras are a thing.
right. Unfortunately, she had recorded over it with an episode of Night Court.
Look, it was the season finale. You had to get it. You
You
had to
had
get
to.
it.
You had to.
David Bellamy.
David Bellamy.
And returns he's David Banyan.
Yeah.
He's David Bellamy. It's not a huge jump, dude. I mean, you'd think you might even get them mixed up. Like, what's your name? David Banyan. Are you? No, isn't it Bellamy? Oh, yeah, it is. It
Yes, yeah.
is.
Sorry, sorry.
Oh, it is. No, you're right. You're right. I'm wrong about my own name.
But never Bruce, which seems like an odd choice.
They made that that was something that Stanley did not like. He was very upset about that. And they changed the name. So in the series, when you see him going by his grave, he's faked his own death. It says David Bruce Banner, so
Mm.
that
Oh,
Bruce is his middle name. Why Kenneth Johnson, who created the or adapted the TV series, why he changed it to David, I'm not sure. But it was a source of consternation for Stan Lee. So that's what they tried to do to make him feel better about it. Oh, she's all dressed up.
Is she about to go to the lab? I see
She,
she's got a tie on.
yeah, she must
Does
be.
she have some science that needs to be performed?
she's just the dental hygienist coming in on the weekend. Do a little just do some teeth cleaning.
So the sequel after this was written actually by veteran TV writer Robert McCullough, and he had big plans for the Hulk. He said, and the Hulk companion, he said that he was going to do different things for the Hulk. He said, quote, I tried to have him do stuff he had never done before. At one point, the Hulk was going to be underwater, pulling a dock behind him like the shark from Jaws.
Wow.
As the bad
What?
guy fires a machine gun at him.
Okay, I'm just gonna say, as you know, I'm not a fan of these movies, but if that were to have become a reality, I would be interested.
I don't know how they would have kept the makeup on Lou Ferrigno when they did that,
Wait,
but I
he
mean,
has makeup on?
it's hard to believe,
Holy
but it's true.
shit.
It does look so natural. I'm sorry to have made you feel that way, but yeah, it was going to start actually like, basically at the end of this movie, and basically start in the next chapter.
Hmm.
And I'm not sure why it didn't happen. There's two different stories. One is the ratings, as I mentioned. It
Mm.
was only 24th for that week, so it was not as highly rated as the two before it. But I think the first one, The Incredible Hulk Returns, was like fourth in the Nielsen ratings. I think each movie subsequently went down just a little bit.
Mm.
But I don't think 24th is that bad. But again, this is a new owner of New World at this point. Whether or not they were going to push to try to make more of these, I don't know. But um, there was also the fact that Bill Bixby was starting to get sick around this time.
Mm.
He passes in 1993,
Mm.
so he was, shortly after this. But again, uh, he does shoot for at least 4 days or so on the She-Hulk movie that they were trying to do
Hmm.
up until the point that they said, this girl that we've hired to play She-Hulk, she's not famous. Why are we doing this? We should have a name person. And they
Did
decided
they have
to,
any people in mind that they were suggesting?
yes, they did think of somebody and somebody who didn't want anything to do with it, and that is Melissa Gilbert.
Oh, oh my.
Yeah.
Okay.
Odd choice.
Very odd.
And apparently, Jill Sherman Donner, who wrote the She-Hulk pilot, she said in the Hulk Companion, she said, Melissa unknowingly said something on a set I was on. She had no idea who I was. When she mentioned to someone that a studio had sent her something called She-Hulk, where I would actually turn green, there's still a little residual bitterness about that. It was good enough for Bill Bixby. If he could see the dimensions of that series, why couldn't she? But apparently she just was not as into it.
Hmm. Would Lou Ferrigno have played her as the Hulk?
I mean, that would have been something, wouldn't it? No, they'd actually cast volleyball star Gabrielle Reese.
No kidding.
was going to
Oh.
play the actual She-Hulk, and she was going to be gold.
Hmm.
Oh,
She
wow.
wasn't going to be green. She was going to be gold instead of green.
I mean, I doubt that anyone that's watching or listening to this episode is has any influence on this or is in charge of any kind of Hollywood budget.
What,
But
you think
if you
Marvel's not?
are,
You don't think the people at Marvel are listening to this? Are you
well,
crazy?
if someone from Marvel is listening to this, you could convert me into a Marvel fan if you were to
Go
reboot
back.
that idea.
Yeah, reboot the
But
gold.
it must be with those actors.
Hmm.
Right. You have to dial up Gabriel Reese. Forget the fact they actually did make a She-Hulk TV show, Mark. But yes, just
No,
ignore that.
yeah, yeah, but I mean, that's not what was that She-Hulk in gold?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
So
well,
this would be a totally new thing.
yeah.
By the way, this scene, Bixby hurt himself. He hurt his back doing this scene, and after the shoot, reportedly he said that he would see a chiropractor twice a day because he
Oh
hurt
man.
himself so badly running through this field at night, which makes sense. It's not very well lit. Ed Ulrich is the stunt coordinator for this. He was a coordinator on all of the Hulk reunion films. Plus, he worked on Sledgehammer. He worked on Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, Dead Heat, and Omega Syndrome.
Mm,
Wow.
that all tracks.
So,
But not Teen Vamp, right?
no, no, he worked for New World. Teen Vamp is
Mm.
an acquisition for.
Always the details with you,
I
Ryan. You
I
know,
love this
not
that
not
he's broken the window and now he's like they'll never see me in here. Well, they might see the broken window and assume that he went inside,
Yeah.
but
and how is she already in there? Of
I
all
d
the places that he could have
yes,
run, she knows he's going to run into that one store.
it's the only place he could run to, which I guess is why she's already in there.
You could have run around the store to whatever woods or whatever is
He
behind
screwed
it.
up his back. Let's not forget at the time, Bill Bixby is 55 when he makes this. So
Does that mean he can't run?
yeah, you
Oh,
you lose your ability.
oh shit. Oh, I didn't
Clock's ticking,
realize
Mark.
that.
Oh, yeah,
Uh-oh.
yep. You can just you can just sort of sashay quickly. That's about all you can do.
I don't even sachet now. I gotta take some sashaying classes.
Here's we're getting a lot of the stunts here in this section. Ed's got a busy night here.
And now it suddenly started raining?
Only in Canada.
Ah.
Yes, now the gold She-Hulk. Um, Jill Sherman Donner said, quote, I made her golden instead of green because green isn't pretty.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Okay.
well,
Changing her skin color made her seem more feminine, prettier, and different than just making her green.
Hmm.
all right, well.
Green isn't pretty. All right, I guess me and my green eyes can just go right to hell. Go right to ugly hell where uglies belong.
Now that Kermit the Frog song makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're bleeding a lot. I think that's bad.
Hmm.
That's a bleeding just a little, which is okay. That's fine.
Imagine if she took that beret off, you wouldn't even know who she was.
Hmm.
She's got a full wig of hair underneath that. She pulls
He'd be
that
like,
hat off, she becomes a totally different person.
what happened to the woman who was shot? She was just here.
I wanted to help this woman, but you're someone else. Wait, you're shot too. There was a woman here who was I was talking to who was also shot in the arm. It's crazy. She's like, "Why should I trust you? You were there holding him at gunpoint." So he's supposed to be like, yeah, not going to help you, I guess.
Hmm.
Hmm. I guess so. I guess that is it.
Also, I'm not sure I'm on the run is a good answer. That doesn't make you trust or not trust anyone. It's just a statement of fact.
It makes you seem kind of like you're a bit of a badass, you know? You're like, I'm on the run to, I don't have anywhere to go. I'm on the run. Like, oh, okay.
My mom and dad took away my internet, and my video games, and I'm on the run.
I had a cool lab and then it went on fire. Or talk to the computers, my only friend. Not sure where this cabin comes from. I guess it's just there.
You gotta get that barb off. Now,
It's always best to do surgery by fireplace light. That's
now
how
he
you get
could
the most accurate surgical
Yep.
precision.
he could have just asked her to lift up her sleeve.
Nope. Take the whole shirt
Mm-mm.
off. It's the only way I can do surgery on her arm.
Boobs.
I told you it was going to hurt. Come on.
Hold on, wimp.
There also was talk of bringing back Jack McGee from this. He wasn't in Trial of the Incredible Hulk either, but apparently no one really bothered to push for it, so
Hmm.
they didn't bring him back, which would have been sort of fitting since this is supposedly the end of the series. But I guess I think Bixby thought it would just be too much extra story.
Hmm.
We wouldn't have gone to see Dr. Pratt like talk to all the people and lose his funding in the lab, and they would probably have to figure out some way for him to also still not get the story exactly. Or would he have gotten the story? I mean, that would have been perfect, right? If he'd actually
Yeah.
got the story, but he falls from a plane and that's it. And he's like, "Ah, oh, I finally got him, but he's dead." That would have been kind of amazing. Yeah, well. Gold She-Hulk, Jack McGee getting the story. What could have been?
Now he could have told her that it's time to put her shirt back on, but he's like, nah,
I know we just met, but
nah.
would you like a shirtless hug?
No, it's totally just between two new friends.
I like to give all my patients a shirtless hug after surgery. Here you go.
The Pratts taught me this.
Hmm. We did shirtless hugs all the time. They loved them.
Here, try on this mask.
This is her sister who's finally coming into that is to say, Yasmin's sister, finally coming in. Bella, who's played by Swiss actress Anna Katarina. So this is like another plot line that we just couldn't have Jack McGee. I mean, we
Mm-mm.
needed this here. Couldn't, we needed this scene. But we get more scenes of Kasha, so that's what's important here.
We had two pictures taken on the exact same day at the exact same time, and I framed them both.
We have one good memory, one frameable memory.
It's a couple years before Andreas Katsulas is in The Fugitive. So up until then, he is in 1992's Blame It on the Bellboy. And then he's also in Hot Shots Part 2 as
Mm.
well in
Mm.
1993, before also appearing in 1996's Executive Decision, one with Kurt Russell
Hmm.
and Steven Seagal doing a small cameo. He'd also do a couple of episodes of Hunter as well around that time
Hmm.
before he gets into Babylon 5 in 1994.
Wow. Busy bee.
She needs a wig. There was a time when they were also considering possibly putting Iron Man into this movie before they decided not to.
Hmm.
But Iron Man in a gold suit.
That's right.
Everything was gold.
Yeah.
Everything would have
He
been
was
gold.
gold back in the day. In his early incarnations, he did have an entirely gold suit, Mark.
Wow.
How right you are. You really do
Hmm.
know your comic books.
There's no sense of urgency or concern that maybe the people that own this place could be coming home at any given time.
In the sequel, apparently, it was going to be a little bit more of Banner being in control of Hulk's mind,
Mm.
which would have been some fun, I think, for Lou Ferrigno.
I thought he was about to go into a dance routine, that security guard.
As Lou Ferrigno says, he said, I was sad to see the Hulk go, but I always knew that Bill and I were going to do another one. The network thought it
Mm.
was a great concept to kill the Hulk, and then we would come back with another TV movie that had a great storyline. The Hulk is revived with David Banner's mind controlling him. I believe it was going to be called Revenge of the Incredible Hulk.
Mm. Would I like to see that?
Revenge or Rebirth, whichever one it would have been. This, of course, it's just an
Oh,
amazing.
Has the
This is an
greatest
incredible
line.
scene
oh
when
my goodness.
David decides to
This may be the greatest
re
scene of all the movies.
it might be the stinky callback is wow, what a commitment to that story, you know? Some real acting here coming from Bill Bixby too. Now, Mark, we didn't watch this movie at the time, but we both did watch the TV show.
Yeah, we did.
I thought the TV show was great. I loved it. It's always such a bummer at the end. He always has to hitchhike somewhere else.
Yeah.
Sad music.
Yeah, I mean, he's wild at heart. He's always got to get on to the next place, do the next thing, you know? There's a cardigan to be found wherever he's going.
He's he goes from sweater to sweater, town to town. I like that there's no monitors or anything he's hooked up to. We have no idea if
No,
his heart is
Yeah.
beating.
no, no. It's a real small town hospital. They only have so much equipment. I like that they've put the soft focus on Bill
Hmm.
Bixby, but not on Mrs. Dr. Pratt.
Yeah.
Well, he's the star. You know, you got to make sure he looks good. The director decided. Okay, sorry, just a second. We just need to listen to this part here. Oh, amazing. Amazing.
Hey, Stinky.
You already said that.
Oh, he's got a little smile.
He's getting
He's
into
coming.
it.
Stinky's coming back.
By the way, they talk with the Pratts often about like how much they love meeting David and how he was like the son they never had.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
the actor playing Dr. Pratt, Philip Sterling, he's 12 years older than Bill Bixby.
Oh, wow.
Um, but Barbara Tarbuck playing Mrs. Pratt, she's younger than Bill Bixby.
Wow.
So
Wow.
feels like an odd adoption there. Master of the wig.
Mm,
But they didn't bother to think, was anyone watching them outside?
that's right.
It's that kind of coordinated effort that really helps these plans come together.
Hmm.
Another incredible scene too is that guy, which we'll get to in a little bit, but this guy here who
Are they both driving the same car?
it looks like it. It
Yeah.
looks like we do we ever see both cars in the same shot? Because maybe they are exactly the same car. But this guy that's following them later is the guy that they of course try to buy the car from. And
Hmm.
another incredible scene is the car scene when they dress up like a fancy couple that's buying a Mercedes, basically.
Oh,
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 yeah.
right.
an
Yeah.
amazing scene coming up here. But anyway,
Well, I'm pretty confident now that when I have some extra time on my hands, I'm going to try to cover this entire soundtrack.
Do it.
this does hit VHS too. It hits the VHS market in 1992 on Rhino Home Video before it gets the DVD treatment from 20th Century Fox in 2003, which is where a lot of the New World stuff went because Fox ends up buying New World in the mid 90s. So a lot of those properties that they made went to
Mm-mm.
them.
Recycling makes Hulk angry. Junkyards make Hulk angry.
I'm not really sure why they have to lift it up. They should have just kept pushing the
Yeah,
dump
putting the
truck
pressure.
again. Yeah, just collapse it
Hmm.
like a trash compactor.
So he tears the top off of that. I mean, of the car for the truck. Makes you think like he probably should have ripped through that chain link fence like even easier, right? Because I
Yeah.
mean,
Right. Yeah.
that should have been almost no challenge for him at all. 25 extra pounds of muscle to play this.
She's not at all freaked out about him. It's the noise of the dump trucks that's really bothering her.
So she's able to communicate with the Hulk. That's interesting.
Hmm.
Hmm.
To commercial.
Oh.
What's going to happen next? Oh, we're back. Oh, you had to sit around and wait for 2 to 3 minutes wondering what the heck
Yeah.
was going to happen.
It's nighttime now. It's
Do
raining.
I need to buy those paper towels? I guess so. Oh, wait, we're back. They don't deal with a lot of like how he stops being the Hulk, just that at some point he does,
Yeah.
right?
Right. Right.
I guess a run through the forest, he kind of cools off.
Hmm.
Yeah. The
You know,
rain.
nature just chills him out.
Actually, I guess he ran from the junkyard through the forest, so that's probably a good distance.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. Vancouver's got a lot of trees, so who knows?
Plus, he knew, I mean, he'd booked 3 nights in this Airbnb and he's got to use all 3 nights. Like, you can't, the cancellation fee is
But
just through
back
the
then, you
roof.
didn't even have Airbnb. You just had to know somebody who had a cabin for 3 days that you could just rent.
Or in this case, you don't even know who they are. You just rent. It's self-serve rent. You
He
just,
found an ad in like the Vancouver Weekly.
That's her surgery arm.
ow,
Ouch.
ow, ow,
Ah,
ow,
ow, ow,
ow,
ow, ow,
ow,
ow, ow,
ow,
ow.
ow, ow.
Lucky boobs. The Pratts touch my lips like this. So familiar. Do you have any chocolate cake? Do you want to play chess?
The Pratt said the same thing.
They so we're gonna make another Incredible Hulk. Oh,
Woo!
here's something that doesn't happen often in a
A
Incredible
TV
Hulk
movie for
TV
kids.
Hmm.
movie for kids.
It's okay. She's covered up by that bandage.
What are they doing? He's just giving her a massage because she's got a owie
Hmm.
on her arm.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
He's tending to her wound.
But they so were gonna do another movie that they actually keep the set of the lab up. They didn't even tear that down.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
It was left standing, and they were gonna pick up right where this leaves off, which we'll get to shortly, the ending, with the Pratts. The
What a weird way
Ow,
to
ow, ow,
greet a person you
ow,
just slept with the
ow,
night before.
yep.
ow,
My arm, my arm, my arm.
ow, 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 ow.
The Pratts are there, and they take his body back to the lab, and they find a way to revive him. And they're going to save Banner and the Hulk. That's what they were planning on doing.
In the meantime, her wound has got gangrene and she had to lose
Hmm.
her whole arm.
They're really just holding out on like who's going to be first to make coffee.
Well, he's not with his girlfriend from the Incredible Hulk Returns.
Yeah.
She always had the coffee.
Yeah. So they're really holding
He's like,
out. Oh, your
man,
breath's so bad. Oh, ew.
morning breath.
Ew.
Coffee just sort of paves that over at least a little bit. It's like we both have coffee breath. Who
Yeah.
cares?
Even when he's in a hospital, he stays dressed up.
Yeah. Underneath that blanket is a little bow tie still on.
Yep.
To that end, about Rebirth of the Incredible Hulk, Barbara Tarbuck said in
She's
the
gonna ride in the back?
yep,
Yikes.
it's loose rules for this hospital. Barbara Tarbuck said in the Incredible Hulk companion, she even says it was not going to be a permanent death for the Hulk. We were supposed to revive him in the sequel. That's why our characters were there when he died.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh,
oh. The ambulance driver is driving like he learned how to drive watching movies. He's just doing this with the steering wheel back and forth and back and forth.
Hey, it worked. That's what I thought. That's how I thought it was done. Some incredible acting sold me on that. Wait, what? There's so many ambulances.
oh.
Was he looking in the back or was he checking his mustache?
Mustache
Both.
check.
Both.
Probably.
Well, I mean, let's think about this. The rearview mirror isn't going to actually do anything in an ambulance, so definitely just the mustache.
Hmm. Look how pissed they both are. Just make a pot of coffee. My God. He'll do anything to get out of it. Look at this. Outside shirtless shaving.
You think he's got those white undies on, or he's just freeballing it?
She can't think straight. Make the damn coffee. I need coffee.
They only have decaf, so she was like, forget it, it's not
Oh,
worth it.
their first fight.
The plan for Rebirth was they were going to take after this movie take like an 8 to 12
Ow,
week
ow,
break.
ow, ow,
My wound.
My wound.
ow, ow,
This
ow.
arm still hurts. I got shot. Do you remember?
You did the surgery. You removed the bullet.
They were going to take an 8 to 12 week break after shooting this and then come back, and that was going to be the plan.
Hmm.
Man, I'm. It's got to be a bummer to think you have another job that you're going to go right back to.
Yeah.
But they maybe did spend some of that time in between. Barbara Tarbuck said that Bill Bixby actually not only did they have a nice little rap party in Vancouver, but when they went back to LA, Bixby threw another rap party.
Man, Bixby loves to party
But
down.
He
this one
rent.
was an RAP party, not a WRAP.
Oh, yep. Everyone's got a rap. Here's a microphone. Dr. Pratt on the mic. Go. He Bixby apparently rented out Chasen's restaurant and threw a expensive party there. And it was basically right before it closed its doors in 1995.
Hmm.
I mean, not right before it, several years
Yep,
before,
right,
but
right,
but
right.
still
Sure.
close.
Make the coffee.
Ow, 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 my
My wound.
arm!
Ow,
Ah, my
ow,
wound.
ow,
I
ah,
was just shot like
ah.
yesterday.
Also, should it be this pussy? Is that
Hey,
normal?
Ew.
it's oozing out.
Ew.
This bandage is soaked.
She's giving off all the warning signs that maybe this isn't a good fit.
This is Boundary Bay Airport they shot in Vancouver. What kind of plane is this, Mark?
Looks like a Cessna, but I don't know.
Get into it. Figure it out, dude. Yep. He has a healing formula, which is what I guess they're trying to steal. Every one of these Incredible Hulk movies has some kind of scientific red
Yeah.
herring that,
Checking his mustache again.
Hmm.
There was a
that
mirror
they're
right behind him.
the sequence though that they're going to shoot here at the airport is going to be the final moments of the Incredible Hulk. And Bixby told the province in December 1989, he said, God must be touching this picture. When we needed it to be clear, it was clear. And when we did the death scene out of Boundary Bay, there was the eeriest fog.
Mm. What if God shot Incredible Hulk?
So some divine intervention.
Not sure why they would have any reason to trust her word over anyone else.
We just met her, right? We don't know her. You've
Yeah.
never met her before?
Well, but this is how we've met a lot of our friends. Our friends. So,
We spent maybe 2 days with David, and he's the best guy that we know.
Like a son that we kiss and hug without shirts on.
Now she's got David into the costume uh wig. Not is that a wig? It looks like kind of a wig. But at least got a mustache. When you're rich and fancy, you carry around an umbrella
Yeah,
wherever
always.
you go.
Always.
always. Originally, he was just wearing a monocle, but they were like, that's a little too much.
Yeah. An umbrella makes a lot more sense. This scene is so ridiculous. I love it. Like even this guy feels like, well, maybe have a shot. He's like, it's my lucky day.
Oh,
Ooh.
Quick question.
Hmm.
How did they know that the car dealership guy knew about where the Dr. Pratt was?
He was one of the guys in the trucks that was
Okay, so
chasing
how
him.
did they know he worked at a car
Mark, don't
dealership?
worry about that. Don't worry. They just did a
But
little detective work, okay?
oh.
Come on. They
and
did
they
that.
knew he
They did that in
worked
the
at
commercial break.
a Okay.
You just
All
didn't see
right.
it.
Just seems like there's a lot of odd circumstances always coming together with these guys, huh?
Nope. That was just some raw detective work. Hitting the streets.
Hmm.
So Bill Bixby's a real Matlock. Just can see what nobody else can, huh?
Matlock hit the streets. Maybe a little Starsky and Hutch action. They just kind of went around to all their informants and got all the information. What's the word on the street?
Okay, more Murder She Wrote then, right?
Everywhere she went, something bad happened. Was she solving mysteries or creating them? I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. Think about it. So again, this is the section where I'm like, this feels very much like Black Widow. In fact, here she is in an all black outfit, and she sort of slinks around the place. It's like feels
Hmm.
very much like a Black Widow thing, but they don't use the name of Black Widow. They don't Natasha Romanoff. They don't use any of that history. So I don't think there was any backdoor pilot aspect to this.
Did
The
Black Widow have a really infected arm wound?
I mean, at some point, I'm sure she did. The first movie, Incredible Hulk Returns, of course, had Thor, which was supposed to become a.
Ouch, my arm.
Still hurts. Still hurts, David. By the way, you also have to cut the stitches out in a couple days, okay? So, Thor was in the Incredible Hulk Returns and then just simply didn't test well enough with audiences for them to go forward. And then, of course, they had Daredevil and Trial of the Incredible Hulk, and
Right.
that almost did go to series, but then got put on hold because CBS, I believe, didn't want to have any competition for their Flash TV series.
Mm.
So they paid them to kind of put that series on hold and not make it. So they
Hmm.
didn't make it, not making it at all. And then the Flash did not that particular series did not last very long. So unfortunately, eventually gets canceled. Well, gas to the face.
Mm.
That'll wake you up.
She just happened to know there were gas cans lying around full of gas.
Well,
Hmm.
she's supposed to be burning this down. I think that's part of it. She's trying to fight back. She's good now, Mark. You don't get it?
He was just sitting up there the whole time, being like, eventually she'll walk in. My legs are completely asleep. They've been up here for hours. But man, it'll be good when she walks in.
I cannot put these legs down. And if I do put them down, I have to physically do it with my arms,
I
and then I
cannot ruin the
cannot
moment.
stand, or I will fall right on my face. Is there an accent happening here?
Mm.
I mean, a couple days with David Banner and your whole life changes.
Yeah.
All of a
It
sudden, you're
really
like, you know
does.
what? I can't live in this world anymore. I've been with
Mm-hmm.
David Banner, and now I want something better for my life.
Mm-hmm.
What? I didn't want
Oh
I didn't
man, I was
want to
about to go on
finish.
break.
What?
Dang it. I was supposed to take my
Oh
mustache
man.
break.
It's the fifth hour of my shift. I should be taking a half an hour lunch by this point in time.
I need to oil my stash.
Can I just, I mean, when you say take care of it, what exactly do you mean? I want to make sure I understand what you're talking about.
In that time when they were in between making this movie and potentially making the next Incredible Hulk movie, which they don't end up making, Bill Bixby did have big plans. He was going to star and direct in a medical drama called The Oath,
Mm.
which
Hmm.
was a pilot that was written by Gerald DePego, who also wrote this. And he was very excited about it. Bixby, in fact, called it the best pilot I've read in 30 years of being in this business. But unfortunately, whether or not they shot it, it did not go to series.
Hmm. Who called all the cops?
Right. Oops. They're on to us, as it usually happens.
Peekaboo. I'm running.
Now, they were shooting at night, which of course made things difficult for Lou Ferrigno once he makes his appearance in this. He
Why is
he
that?
he in fact said the death scene itself was scary because it was done late at night. They had the airplane going and it was raining very hard, as we're going to see them set this up. If I went outside, my green makeup would run,
Mm.
so I don't know how they were going to get him underwater
Mm.
for the next movie, but maybe they would have figured something out. Whoop, that's got a little parachute.
Like when you have those little army men, they'd have the parachute, throw
That's
them up in
right.
the
Throw
air.
them up and they would float back down.
Oh,
Yeah.
turned on him.
Yep. Her just sister spending a couple of days with David and then telling her one thing, and she was like, "You know what? I'm going to turn my life around too."
Mm-hmm.
That's the effect of David Banner. That's the Banner effect. Sorry, the David the David Bellamy effect. I thought we were just shooting to kill everybody.
Yeah.
Now there's really no way that they've gone through their entire pre-flight checklist at this point.
Yeah, they have, Mark.
This
They are
seems
ready.
Way too
they never
fast.
checked the gas tanks to see if there's water in the tanks. They didn't do any of the
They all did
required
that. They did
pre-flight
that at the commercial
checklists.
break, Mark.
So, there's a lot that happens in the commercial break with
Yeah.
this show.
When you're not watching the movie, tons of stuff's happening. This part where she's running
She,
and trying to make it look like she's running alongside the plane
Oh,
is
so
amazing.
great.
It's amazing. Look at this. It's
arms up, keep your arms up.
incredible. Incredible. When you could just fall to the ground and roll and it would be very easy to get away from the plane. The fact that he's even trying to run her down is I mean, it's a plane. It
Yep.
doesn't move that. It's not like a car, you know?
Right. It's better in the air than on the ground.
So here we go with Lou Ferrigno taking over here as Hulk, and he says that he's outside. He said that Bill told me run for the plane, and as soon as you get close to the wing, make a banana turn around and go behind the plane, or go beyond the plane, excuse me. Here he is. I'm not sure what. a banana turn is, but he's pushing the plane here, not doing a whatever a banana turn is. I guess a half moon
Is
turn?
is he running at the same time? I don't understand. Well, this must all be explained in the commercial break.
Yeah. Ferrigno continues with the rain and contact lenses. I could barely see anything at all in front of me. I turned and suddenly the plane's wing was right at my face level. My face. I put my head down just in time. If that wing had hit my head, I would have seen Jesus.
Oof.
I incurred more injuries on that one show than any other Hulk I did. It felt really cursed to me. And of course, so did Bill Bixby, got hurt as well running through that field. We're about to hear an incredible song that they close this movie out with.
Oh,
That jump.
The jump here, yes. And as he falls through the sky, we're going to get into this amazing song called And Something Ends by Chris Ford, which was another Worldy nominee for Best Song.
Mm-hmm.
wait, he was falling face first. Now he's on his back.
Mm-hmm.
When you fall, Mark, your whole body turns around.
Mm-hmm.
But now he's on his back again?
Hmm.
I'm really
He flipped
confused.
around. I'm convinced every time I hear that song, I think that's Bill Bixby coming
Mm-hmm.
in there with singing. I don't know if that's true, but I want to believe that that's true.
Mm-hmm. Boobs.
In many ways, I think, despite the fact that they didn't weren't happy with how well the ratings did, I have to think that they kind of did a
Here come the
perfect.
Pratts trying to get a quick piece before he goes completely out. Trying to get a little bit of that coma
Can
bump.
we can we get a little bit of the big guy? I think this is kind of a kind of a perfect ending, despite the fact that Hulk shouldn't be as strong as and indestructible as he is, and die from falling from a plane. But
Yeah.
I mean, Mark, you wouldn't know this, but some of the Marvel movies, they do have Hulk fall from a far distance and he ends up just creating a lot of damage and then
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Banner walks out of the rubble. So that's kind
Hmm.
of normally
Yeah.
how that would work, but apparently just
Maybe maybe so much to call an ambulance? I
he's not
mean,
they weren't even they didn't even get all the way up into the air. So I mean, certainly a fall that would kill a normal human, but Hulk probably should have survived. And at the same time, this is kind of a fitting little end. So I wonder if there wasn't also a feeling of like, I think we closed it out.
Yeah.
plus he did a nice job of painting under him to make it look like it had collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
And there it is, that song from the series, also executive producer Bill Bixby. And that's it. That is our commentary for Death of the Incredible Hulk. We hope you enjoyed this. If you did, we're going to be doing other commentaries later this year, not for other Incredible Hulk movies, at least not yet. But if you enjoyed this, please check out our other episodes and everything about our podcast at our website, newworldpicturespodcast.com. That's where you can listen to episode 84, where we discuss the death of the Incredible Hulk. And you can get another double dose, just like we did.
Mm-hmm.
We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you next time on the New World Pictures Podcast, part of Someone's Favorite Productions Podcast Network. Bye, everybody.